Hello, honey. Sit. Oh, you are sitting. Lie down. Oh, lie down. Lie down. Sit. Sit. I give you a treat. I give you a treat. Good girl. Good girl. Lie down. Lie down. Oh, you're a bit close, baby. There's my gorgeous honey. Good morning, everybody. This morning, Fiona, avid gardener, posted on X a link to an article in the Daily Mail. I'll try and remember to post it below. And it reveals that remember that report in the Hollywood Reporter that said Meghan was Duchess difficult and dictator in high heels, and she terrified she terrified staff. Apparently, the news story today is that all of that information, apparently, according to the Daily Mail, came from a source that still works for Harry and Meghan. Okay, so it's the Daily Mail reporting on basically a response that has been published by the journalist in the Hollywood Reporter. Okay, let's see, what does Meghan think about this story? Of course she's heard about it. Well, let's ask first, has Meghan heard about it? Has Meghan heard about it? Follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. Ooh, look at that death glare. She's going to find out who the traitor is. Follow the rabbit. I'm reckoning she definitely knows, and she's on a witch hunt. She wants to know who did this, who said this, who would be impertinent enough. Oh, that one flew out. You can't go back to yesterday. Ooh, she's out for blood. Whoever it was is going to be in big trouble. See, there's her. She's looking, she's searching, and this might even be Harry with a sharp beak. And there she is with her claw hanging on to him. H, look how mean they are to me. Let's see, what else, cards? What's happening in Montecito when Meghan read this? Oh, no. She's back in her dream world with a little... It's a rocking horse, and there's a little dragon with wings and the little butterflies. She sees herself, honestly, as this wonderful, fantastic humanitarian, this person who is like the fairy tale boss, the dream boss, and she can't understand why people would do this to her. In her mind, it's all just so unfair, so unfair. Oh, there she is, hiding behind the two invisible children, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Obviously, I'm only reading the energy of the cards. I'm not saying anything for truth or fact. And the cards are not always right. I have to say that. My interpretation is not always right. But here we are, reading the cards. And one of my beautiful subscribers, I think it was Carly, said when she saw this card, she thought about the invisible children. We call them invisible children because we never see them. But Carly said when she saw this, she immediately thought something stinks around the children. What an astute observation, Carly. Managed to be glad. So she's going to be putting on a brave face. I wonder if she'll trot out those children. Logically, I don't think so, because she hasn't brought them out before. But she might. She might. Or I don't think they'll do they might do a picture or something with the children. Well, let's read more on that with a different set of cards. I was going to do Harry, but let's read on the children. Tell us more cards about the children, the invisible children. Oh, she thought that the children would be the thing that brought her prosperity, good standing with the community, lots of money, lots of people loving her, worshipping her. But the idea of the children has brought her nothing but ruin. There's some, obviously, secrets behind the children. She's been so weird about the children. We don't know exactly what the lies are and what the secrets are and what the truth is, but the children have brought her nothing but ruin. The idea of the children. the stories around the children. I'm always getting the energy here is she doesn't understand why people are so interested in the children. Because she's not that interested? I'm not sure. That's interesting. Chameleon. Obviously, chameleon changes its colours depending on what colour it is sitting on. And I'm getting that she changes her colours too, depending on what suits her. She chops and changes her allegiances, her appearances, her her stories. Also, this chameleon could be, the chameleon changes color to hide things, and her stories about the children have been changing. Well, I don't know if the stories have changed, but certainly certainly been hidden. The stories, the children have been hidden, and the stories about the children have been hidden. And I'm just a little distracted because, honey, what are you doing? No more treats, baby. No more treats. No. Finished. She wants another treat. She loves her treats. Okay, she's in bed now. We can not be distracted by cuteness. What more about those kids? Honeybee. So the honeybee obviously gives you honey, and that's nice and sweet, but it can also sting you as well. There's a sting in the tail about those children. Okay, cards, let's talk more about this. Let's follow the white rabbit. Is that a witch hunt for the culprit? Tell us more about what is she doing? Oh, she's a strong, independent woman, and she's got staff around her that are loyal. So she thinks. She's going to find out who these traitors are that are ratting her out. Again, she thinks that she's all that in a bag of chips, as Shanta would say. That she views herself as a strong, independent woman. Ooh. This is a raven, and he's got a person. You see that person in his beak, and he is about to clamp down and crush the person. So she is looking for the person who did this, so that she can crush them. Obviously, not literally, but all these other birds. These are the birds that are the staff members that are maybe the ones that have escaped, have flown away, or that are going to escape her wrath. But somebody is definitely going to be in her sights, and we might not hear about it because, see, it's under the moon. It's under cover of darkness. Might be hidden. Somebody might suddenly leave. We might not know about it. Hoo-hoo, the jackal. She is hunting. And then we'll do one more on these, and then we'll pull some hairy cards. Whoo! This is very much for me like a mystic kind of shaman kind of person. She expects her staff to worship her and consider her to be the queen of everything, and she will not tolerate disobedience or what she sees as treachery, people being traitors. All right, cards, what does Harry think of this? And remember, it's interesting that the bullying claims are about Meghan. They don't say that Harry was also bullying, but they said that he was an enabler. And so, yes, there's Meghan. This is how Harry sees Meghan, the beautiful, strong woman. And Harry, he thought she was very independent and independently successful. And so Harry sort of tried to mirror her in a way. But he in his mind, he could never quite live up to her brilliance, her independence. But it's wearing thin. It's wearing thin on him now. And I'm wondering if maybe he's had a change of mind and he's not all that keen to mirror her anymore. More about Harry. Ooh, Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah. So this Little Red Riding Hood is Harry here in the forest. See, the forest is barren. There's no fruit in the forest. There's everything they do is turns to dust, and this is Meghan behind him. Yeah, he knows what she's like, and I'm getting from that card that he's had to be good at home. He's had to just do what she says to avoid the wolf snapping at him. Interesting. So he's had a bit of a taste of Duchess Difficult himself. 2 kittens. 2 invisible children. Upside down. You must choose. So I'm wondering from this if there are children, children that maybe were born of a surrogate, who knows, and if there are children, if that is something that Meghan is holding over Harry, the 2 children, or if there are no children, the idea of the 2 children. It's difficult for Harry to disentangle himself from Meghan, the mother figure, because there's definitely been lies around the children, how they were conceived, how they were born, if they even exist. There's definitely been lies and secrets around that, and she's holding that over him, and he's finding it difficult to get loose. And his overall energy, this is my card that I always, it always brings me the energy of the royal family, the wise institution. Often reminds me of the late great Queen Elizabeth II, how wise she was. She had that mantra of never complain, never explain. And Harry now, this is Harry, he's only got 1 feather's worth of wisdom. But look, he's got a couple of feathers in his hair. I've never noticed that before. And he's starting to realize that the royal family was pretty good in, they were, I won't say good, there was wisdom. He's missing their wisdom and their counsel. 2 more for Meghan, and we'll call it quits. There she is, the late great Queen Elizabeth II, in her later years, a bit of an older lady. There's Meghan cosplaying Diana, obviously only reading the cards, allegedly, cosplaying Diana. Diana was the Queen of Hearts. That's what Meghan wanted to be. She could never win over the public, no matter how she dressed like her, no matter how she tried to imitate her. And that was the problem. She tried to imitate her, but only on a surface level, like what she wore. The Queen is not impressed. The late Queen is not impressed. And the late Queen saw through Meghan right from the start. And she knew exactly what was, I don't know about right from the start, but certainly once they were married, the Queen saw through her. And the Queen, I just get, she would not tolerate this nonsense. And I'm getting almost that the Queen would have done something by now. She would have taken away titles or demanded proof or something. That's the Queen saying, hey, lady, you're lucky I'm not down there anymore, because if I was, you would be in even more trouble. Interesting. What do you think? What do you think the Queen would have thought of all this mess? I know she knew a little bit about the beginning part of it. But yeah, I reckon Meghan is not at all happy. And I think the Queen made Meghan feel tiny. And that's one of the reasons why Meghan didn't want to stay in the royal family. Meghan didn't like the fact that she knew that the Queen could see through her in the end. Anyway, thanks for listening, lovelies. Well, we'll see you next time, and may the angels walk with you wherever you go, and may your life be filled with blessings.